Secret levels in games have always been a joy to me. Sure, they're rarer now than ever in an age of constant competition and stuff like that, but they're great. A sign of true love from developers that know that they're developing something not for the money or prestige, but for the joy it will give to the players that discover them. Team Cherry never needed to make the Path of Pain or other secret areas, but they did it to make the players just have a little more joy. Yeah, well, maybe I shouldn't say that for the Path of Pain, but it's an example. You get my point. Whether it be in Pokemon, who does this surprisingly often and surprisingly well, or games like Diablo, there are secret levels in a lot of productions. However, I don't think any game that I know of puts as much care and as much effort as Hikita has in Ultrakill. It's not just rare encounters or some decorations in a lobby, nor is it just a room with a chest locked behind a waterfall. I'm talking about real fun and interesting gameplay, not whatever this is. You might argue games like Elden Ring do it better with its disgusting amount of secret rooms behind walls or quests. Hell, even entire endgame regions which contain amazing, juicy stuff. And to that, I'd say, yeah, you're right, but the secret levels in Ultrakill present something completely separate from the game, forms completely new concepts and runs with it, and executes them perfectly. Plus, there's no fishing in Elden Ring, which it makes it just a worse game. The second you think about secret rooms, you think about little boxes of loot. This is everywhere. We're talking about the best Fallout, Minecraft. The console tutorial maps on Minecraft were amazing, by the way. Hell, even Deltarune. Sure, they've fallen out of favor with the bigger hitters now. Secret rooms aren't lazy Easter eggs you put in to blue ball your fans, guys. But you'll notice that secret rooms done right really matter to a community. Take Gaster in Undertale. Let me be honest, I think Toby Fox added this guy for shits and giggles. A cool little thing for the fans, and I would consider it to be a blue ball if the community didn't take it and run with it. Because boy, did they benefit immensely from this little feature. We're talking fan art, we're talking stories, we're talking so significant, it's now a vital part of the game's image, story, and lore. Small details are important, and it's sad when they seem to be slowly fading away and becoming less important. After all, why take risks when you can pump more money into skins and make, oh my god, how much money? Holy, what the hell? Now, I'm not saying this is bad. The progress of which games are evolving is staggering and a good thing. Games are amazing, and this is the best time to be a gamer. Granted, it might take a year of bullshit before the game becomes fixed, but you'll get through it and it'll be really good. However, it seems that now these secret rumors don't reward us with experiences. Well, I mean, they reward us with experience, but not that type of fuck. They basically dumbed down the secret room into just more progression, which is sad when a Minecraft server with a couple thousand players absolutely crushes the industry norm. They animate entire cutscenes for the secret fucking rooms, allow you to adventure into ruins of cities and have some of the best time you'll ever spend in an RPG, Genshin Impact. But Ultrakill is an FPS. Exploration isn't part of it, so how do secret levels work? Well, it's by infusing the game's polish, personality, and life into other things that would have never seen that rebrand. Okay, I get it. What does an Ultrakill horror game, puzzle game, dating sim, platformer, and fishing game do for the experience? They seem shallow and, well, tacky. Added because, fuck it, we ball. And let me tell you, I totally understand that the reason Hikita implemented these levels was exactly fuck it, we ball. But, like, I like overanalyzing stuff and telling you to buy Ultrakill, so, whatever. I mean, this guy added a penis over the roof of the main antagonist's room. And yes, he also made the most terrifying creature in all of video games, so the contrast is there. See, sometimes I think we can ignore the subtlety for fun, because these levels are fun and added so entire sectors of the community could be birthed around them. It introduced characters, memes, and challenges that we would have never seen if we had ignored or simply not implemented and had a blue or red orb take its place. Now, I'm not stupid. I get that implementing this stuff is way harder than implementing an orb or a chest that rewards you with progression. This should not be the new industry norm. This should be a treat that the developer adds if they're really passionate and they have a lot of free time and they don't need to be forced to crunch and suffer and die. Hikita is giving us something special, some ice cream after our cake. I don't think this should ever be an industry norm, but I can appreciate that it's here. Because, yeah, We could have gotten another blue orb or some points, but we didn't. Instead, we got a dating sim. Instead, we got some cool ass bosses, and instead we got some more content hidden behind a fun mystery for us to solve. And that sense of mystery is shown best in these tablets. Spoiler for the tablet locations, just like press the right arrow twice. You find a tablet in every single level of the first layer. You find the first one here, the second one hidden behind the most horrifying boss in the entire game, and the third one here. And then in the final room, you'll see this big fat 4, and you'll click it and you'll get the weapon. But the last one found in 4.1, it's not the final one. In fact, it's most likely going to be the first one you find. I know it was for me, and it was like, it was telling me, it was begging me to figure out what these other tablets were. It's like your friend telling you that there's a secret, except they don't really tell you how to get it, so I guess it's not really similar. But at the end of the day, it doesn't spoil the end of Game of Thrones, so maybe it's a better thing than your friends. And you get a cool ass gun for it. Pretty industry standard, but fun nonetheless. However, if you're looking for something not industry standard, well, let me introduce you to the first secret level. This is the meat and the potatoes of the level. If you play Ultrakill, you already know what's coming. Now, when I say industry standard, I mean Western industry standard. Because for some reason, Japan is in love with giving you random as hell things to do for rewards after finding a secret. And I really dig it. I wish more love was put into more modern games. But a Captain Price dating simulator sounds really out of place. I mean, it doesn't mean I don't want it. It's not only me, right? Right, guys? However, unlike secret levels in Yakuza or Mario Odyssey, the secret level I'm going to talk about isn't really fun or goofy or heartwarming at all. It's actually quite the opposite, actually. It's actually pretty damn scary. 0S is, how do I say this? Terrifying. It's a maze, which is already scary enough, but you're armed with nothing but your pistol and movement. Thank God they give you a pistol because 1, horror games with weapon are just better, and 2, because if you had no form of self-defense, you would probably get a heart attack and shit your pants. Whether it be the horrible noises,
like, subscribe, and more importantly, comment to the video. It really helps, and it really helps the video a lot. Thank you so much.
Ugh, absolutely disgusting. Or the simple but striking puzzle and design, it's simply one of the rewards of all time, but a good one nonetheless. You find a skull here and bring it to this skull here before taking that skull and bringing it to the end and leaving. Not the most complex horror game and far from the best, but a suitable reward and a really fun and memorable experience that the community will remember. Then there's the puzzle game 1S. To be blunt, this one's kinda alright. It's a simple puzzle repeated till completion before you leave. Definitely the worst secret level, but that doesn't mean it's bad at all. It has nearly a Portal level amount of cryptic, okay, well that's a lie, but it's really, really good. And the puzzle itself is also pretty good, if not a bit bland. Again, stuffing a puzzle game into such a dopamine farming, violent red and black shooter made for boomers, made for Gen Zers doesn't really scream good puzzle game, but it's really, really good and very enjoyable. Plus, adding a virtue to it makes it very, very funny. Alright, I'm shooting through these secret levels very, very quickly because this one I'm gonna slow down for. Because this is probably the most influential secret level on the community. Well, maybe that and one other level. In Lust, you drop down this pit and then this starts playing. Now, automatically, you'll be reminded of 0S. I mean, who wouldn't after the trauma you got put through? It's cryptic, it's dark, and more importantly, it warns you. It's gonna be another maze, every corner, every straight line, fuck! And that's true until it fades out from black and holy crap. Now this is basically a visual novel and a pretty bog standard one at that. However, it has deep themes of crippling self-destructive nihilism that makes you ask why you're even here and what your purpose is. Makes you reflect. It's a story about 2 dickhead pricks who are both pieces of crap arguing and then accepting and then having a talk about the horrors of living. Mirage is almost on the same level as V1 and 2 when it comes to community fan art. She has the personality of a bitter bitch, but as you talk to her more, she opens up. She starts talking about her horrible, crippling existential dread, but she also becomes warmer and nicer to you. It's a back and forth. Her playing the role of devil's advocate, explaining her way of thinking, her black, all-consuming void of a reality, a self-destructive interpretation of life. There's genuine psychological questions posed in this conversation, stuff that could be fit into essays. She presents genuine and heartfelt remarks about her way of thinking. It's painful to read and to take it all in. It's depressing, but you're trying to help her. Her monologue in this level is honestly incredible. The way it's written, the way the bars close around you like anxiety wrapping itself on someone's head, it feels like a genuine representation of such a thing. And that's because, if the wiki isn't lying, it's based on Hikita's past experiences of existential dread. And it's relatable, and it's raw, and the way she presents this is something she lived with, something she's consumed by, and in the end, it all feels so true and so hard to escape. Something that's so often experienced in normal life that's so rarely talked about. But V1, maybe not you, but V1 thinks about life more positively. It seems like going through hell and committing mass genocide is good for your mental health. And you try to tug her out. Tell her it's not going to be easy, not going to be quick. It'll feel impossible, but it can be done. You, the player, not only tells her, but also tells yourself that you can change, that you can heal, and that you are loved, and fuck, that's beautiful. Mirage could be you. Maybe you don't suffer from existential dread, maybe you suffer from anxiety, and reading that is horrible and sad and maybe a reflection, but being disrupted by V1's positivity, it really helped me. This is Hikita's way of telling you that you'll be fine. That even when killing through demons and clearing out hell, that your normal life can change for the better and that you are loved. And Hikita probably never intended for some no-life on the internet to study and read this much into a fucking shitpost, but it really had an effect on me. A more personal way of being told my life could be better that I didn't find in videos or books or anything, and never got in any other situation in my life. Oh, and you get to have lunch with her, so yes! Score, baby! Because I, as predictable as it sound, was moved by this fucking level. It really does tell a story, and an emotional story at that. Exactly what a good visual novel should do. Crazy that a GoPro with tits could have this impact on my life, but yeah, whatever. Okay, moving on to something more funny, a little more goofy, and a little more quick. Crash Bandicoot. I mean, Ultrakill, something. You're in third person, and in the desert. It's a completely new experience. You one-shot everything, but everything also one-shots you, with an asterisk. But it's generally a pretty damn fun time. Now, I will admit, it's kind of hard, and depth perception isn't really my thing, but it's a good time. You platform around, jumping on enemies, and slapping them in the face, and just generally enjoy yourself. This secret level is honestly fun as hell. You get dropped in a simple path where you get used to every single mechanic, the very, very different control scheme, and, well, the new combat style. Now, before I continue, I need to mention that this is probably the most different from any Ultrakill level. Sure, 2S was an utter flip of the switch, but I don't think it needed that much extra programming for the gameplay. I don't code, I could be completely wrong, but yes, please don't get angry at me. However, this is different because your attacks are completely reworked. And your movement is also differently, and the way you see your camera is also differently, and honestly, it kind of makes me go insane every time I jump off a cliff. It's honestly a marvel that Hikita did this, so thanks, man. You're just built different. These blue skulls give you extra hit points, which you'll definitely need. Plus, who wouldn't want Herb Messiah protecting you? That would be wonderful. I think the background gameplay has already done enough talking, but I mean, look at this boulder chase. When I first played this, I had an equal mix of horrible stress and the excitement and nostalgia and funness of this experience. I felt like Indiana Jones and a little Bandicoot at the same time. Also, if you get all the crates, you can bring this to the main game. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. You can bring this into every other level and play this entire game in another way. It's like unlocking a new difficulty, or like New Game Plus. It feels really scuffed. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not, which is just thank you, Hikita. Also, check out this little funny, funky little quirky little dance that V1 does. It makes me very happy, just like the subscribe button. Now, originally, I was going to talk about 4S here, but, well, it has some history and funkiness, and if you look at this video's runtime, yeah, it's not happening. But the history is fascinating, so I'll 100% be making a video on 4S sometime. In the meanwhile, please subscribe to see it, and also comment. Holy crap, comments are good for these videos. If you comment, you really mean the world to me, and that's about it. Yeah, there's the alternative nail gun, but honestly, I don't really like its implementation, and of course, there's the wonderful secret bosses, the cancerous rodent, and the mysterious owl and knight, but I've already talked at length about them, so I'll skip them. Plus, this video is already basically finished. I really just wanted to rant about Ad 2. Okay, the video is not actually done. I need to quickly talk about the mysterious owl and knight because I actually didn't talk about them in my boss video, which is kind of embarrassing. All you need to know is that you can just parry this ability and he will literally die instantly from self-damage and explosions. It's really fun and it's really funky. Other than that, they're voiced by some legendary lads, and they're pretty cool. I like the boss. It's pretty fun. I really don't have much to say. Like, you know, I mean, that's about it. That's your time to leave. Yeah. Subscribe. Bye bye.